Hey, everybody, welcome to day 534 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full time reseller supporting her family. It is Monday, November 24th, 2025, and we met our sales goal yesterday. I am all reset to zero and ready to roll, and very thankful for our reset last night because we go over our priority for the week. I mentioned this yesterday, and somehow I had forgotten mine. It's something I need to do on Sunday to prep. And so it was a really good reminder. So thanks, Samantha, for doing that. Um, so now I'm all ready to roll for the week. Um, yeah, shipping is done. And I'm just happy we met our sales goal again yesterday. And yeah, all right, Q4, it's here. Okay, or at least I think it's here. I hope it's here to stay. And all right, so what I want to talk about tonight is it's kind of weird, and I'm used to weirdness, right? People look at what I do as weird. Um, yeah, there's a lot of weirdness, or maybe what I like, and different things like that. So I'm used to the weirdness, but this weird thing has been happening over the past. I've really noticed it over the past year, and it has to do with gratitude. And the quote today was gratitude turns what we have into enough. And that's Aesop. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. And I feel like I've been living this more than I've ever lived it in my life, over the past maybe 2 years. But what I've noticed is the weird part of this. It's great. I feel that what I have is enough. I feel happy with what I have. I feel satisfied. I feel content. I feel grateful. I feel all of those things. That's not the weird thing. I mean, that's expected. That's what's supposed to happen, right? But the weirdness is the reaction of other people. And some of it's great and some of it's positive and some of it's just weird. The the response you get to that. And it probably says more about other people than it does about you if you're in this place. But it's negative. It's it can be very, very negative. It's almost like um I don't know if it's people wanting you to have more or being uncomfortable with the fact that you are content and happy with what you have and grateful for what you have. But there's this whole push of outside influences. And I'm just going to use, before I talk about like personally, I'm going to talk about, you know, social media. I'm going to talk about any kind of, media, right? They always want us to be like, the push is to sell something. The push is to get you to think something different, to be unhappy with your current circumstances, to look for a fix, to um what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And it's taking us out of that gratitude for what we have and that contentment. And this is always coming at us, right? I mean, think about that for a second. If that's always coming at you, oh, wait, I need that. Oh, wait, no, I should have that. Oh, I should be carrying that kind of bag. I should look that way. I should, aspire to drive that kind of car, have that kind of house, or have everything perfect. And so we're bombarded with that. We're bombarded with that all day, every day. Um, and that's to be expected. And you can put things in place to kind of control that. But I feel like the people in your life, that's the weird thing. That's that's the part that's really become very noticeable. And there are those people that are with an attitude of contentment, happiness, gratefulness, that are, attracted to you, and, new friendships, relationships, and they're looking for that, kind of thing. But also there's the people that maybe people that have been in your life, maybe new people that are just very uncomfortable with the attitude, like very uncomfortable. And they will, maybe it starts with little things. Well, that's not so great. Or you drive what? Or, your house is small. Your, oh, but did you notice that your daughter didn't call you today? Or whatever. And there's constantly this weird, and it's more so than it was before, like this weird pushback of, I think, people that don't want you to be in that state of gratitude, or Something like that. I don't know what it is, but I wanna know if you've noticed it and kind of how you deal with that. I guess it's negativity. It's not always presented in a negative way. It's presented in a, like, I just want better for you kind of way. I just want you to, you know, have all the things and do all the things or experience the next thing. And, you know, it's frustrating. It can wear on you a little bit. It does take you out of that contentment and gratefulness and joy. And, I mean, it does make me think, especially when it's people that are close to me, that, oh, well, don't you want to do that? Or don't you want to see that? Or don't you want to, drive that better car, or have that bigger house, or, have something different, have something more beautiful. Um, yeah, and it gets in there and it's kind of sneaky, and it's kind of weird, right? Like, why would anybody want to have, I don't know. I don't know. Like, why would you want to live in that mindset? And why do people really try to push that mindset? Anyway, that is my food for thought today, to something that has been on my mind that I think is just really weird. And I'm wondering, why people do it, what you do, whether you've noticed it, whether you think it's weird or you think it's totally natural. I don't know. All right, everybody. That is what I have for day 535. Maybe I'll have some resolution on this, or maybe it's just one of those things that's going to remain weird in my life. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. I will see you on day 535 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.